In this problem, we are going to be working a stoichiometry level 3 question using proportions, where we are converting from grams of one substance to molecules of another substance. We already have our balanced chemical equation. The question reads, how many molecules of C3H8 are needed to produce 78.0 grams of CO2? The first thing I want to do is write my given value, which is 78.0 grams of CO2, above my CO2 in the balanced chemical equation, 78.0 grams. Then I want to write my unknown, which is how many molecules of C3H8, above my C3H8 in my balanced chemical equation as X molecules. Then, in order to set up my proportion, I need to make sure my units on the top and the bottom of my proportion match. So right now, the coefficient in front of my C3H8 is 1, and I have 1 mole of C3H8. But I need to know how many molecules of C3H8 are in 1 mole. We know that 1 mole equals Avogadro's number of molecules, which is 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd molecules. So, in my balanced chemical equation, I only have 1 mole of C3H8. So that is going to equal 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd molecules of C3H8. Now, for my CO2, I have grams. So I need to determine the molar mass of 3 CO2. So I start by writing out my 3 CO2. I have carbon and oxygen. I have 3 carbon times the mass of carbon, which is 12.01. Multiplying that across, I get 36.03. For oxygen, I have 6 oxygen times the mass of oxygen, which is 16.00, and that equals 96.00. I add those two numbers up, and I get 132.03 grams. That's how many grams are in 3 moles of CO2. And that value will go below my 3 moles of CO2 in my balanced chemical equation. Now I have everything I need to set up my proportion. So I write X molecules, abbreviated as molic, over 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd molecules, once again abbreviated as molic. And that equals to 78.0 grams over 132.03 grams. At this point, I cross-multiply and solve for my missing variable. When I multiply this way, I get 132.03 times x equal to, when I multiply that way, 78 times 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd, I get 4.6956 times 10 to the 25th. To solve for x, I divide both sides by 132.03. And that gives me x equals 3.55646 times 10 to the 23rd. When I check my number of sig figs needed in my answer, I look at my original value given in the problem. This 78.0 has 3 significant figures, so I want my answer to have 3 significant figures. 1, 2, 3. This 6 rounds that 5 up to a 6. And my final answer becomes 3.56 times 10 to the 23rd. Now, to check for my units, I go back to my original question, and it's asking for how many molecules of C3H8. So my answer is labeled with molecules of C3H8. And that is my final answer for this problem.